Hey everyone, Jake here for ExtremeTerrain, and in this video we're taking a look at the Raxiom Sequential LED Tail Lights with red housings and clear lenses, fitting 2021 and newer Broncos equipped with factory halogen tail lights. These are perfect for the Bronco owner who wants to upgrade their lighting for a really affordable price. They're essentially the easy button for those who want to upgrade their tail lights to the factory style LEDs and don't want to pay the big price tag from their Ford dealership. If your Bronco came with the standard halogen taillights, it's more than time for an upgrade. Now these look very similar to the factory LEDs that you could get, so your eyes are not playing tricks on you. They are very similar. However, they have a little bit of a twist. First though, let's talk about the actual lighting elements. The outer edges feature LED strips that put out a diffused red light and function as your running lights. These will also function as your brake lights and your turn signals. And here's the twist, you get the added benefit of sequential turn signals. So there's that little extra something here to make these special. There are yet more LEDs down in the center for your reverse lights. Now this is a really clean, slick style that again is meant to look a lot like the factory LEDs you could option on the Bronco. These put out a lot of light, especially as compared to those factory halogens. They're going to be far brighter and make your Bronco easier to see out on the street or trail. And they have the added benefit of being totally plug and play too, offering an easy installation process, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. The outer housings here are made using injection molded ABS plastic with polycarbonate making up the clear lenses over top. Inside, of course, you've got all your LEDs, which should have a nice long lifespan, and everything is sealed to keep out dirt and moisture. And again, everything comes pre-wired and ready to go. You've only got to do up one connector, plus these are also DOT and SAE approved, making them fully street legal. This setup is going to run you about $800, which is a really affordable price for a set of full LED taillights, and it's definitely less than what you'd pay if you wanted to buy the OEM set directly from Ford. So these are going to give you that additional style and pretty solid build quality too for a fraction of the price. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 1 hour to complete. Now, like I mentioned earlier, these are totally plug and play. You've got one connector over here on the side that you'll have to plug in, and otherwise it's just a couple of bolts and clips that get these back into place. So you don't need to make any modifications to your Bronco or do any cutting, drilling, or wiring. With that, let's head on out to the shop and we'll walk you through the install process.
For this install, you will need an impact or a ratchet, 8 and 10 millimeter sockets, and a clip removal tool. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some tail lights on our Bronco, so let's get started. Alright, so our first step is going to be to separate our rear section of our rear flare from the body of the vehicle so we can access our lower trim panel around our tail light. Now this is held in just by some turnstile clips, so what we're going to do is just pop those down. We want to do at least 2, and we can pull this away like so. That just keeps us from having to deal with that while we get this trim panel off. Now we can remove this lower trim panel. Now this is just held in place by some push clips. So we're just going to pull this out like so. Then there's 2 more up front. So you need to pull this forward. You pop that out and you can set that aside. Next, we're going to remove this inner trim piece. Now this is held on by 4 push clips along this side and then 2 10 millimeter screws. So we're going to remove the push clips first with our clip removal tool. Now this first one is pretty hidden up top. Gonna get in there, work that out. Now we'll come down and get these 3. Now once you have all these out, you can get your 2 10 millimeter screws out with your 10 mil socket on your impact or ratchet. Try not to drop them. Then we're going to finagle this trim piece out. Kind of have to persuade it out of the top. Next we can remove this trim panel. That is held in by this 10 millimeter screw at the bottom. So again, with our 10 mil socket, pop that out. Now once you have your screw out, pop your trim panel out. Now we're going to remove the 10 millimeter screw down on the outside and the 2 8 millimeter screws on the inside holding our tail light in. So we've got our 10 mil socket, we'll get this one out first. Next, we'll grab our 8 millimeter socket and remove the 2 remaining screws. Now we can remove and unplug our tail light. Pop this out, grab onto our connector, push down on our tab, unplug that, and we'll set this aside. Now once you have this side out, you can do the same thing for the other side. Alright guys, so now we're ready to start installing our new taillight setup. Now one thing you will notice with these, it does come with additional plugs and wiring. This is for add-ons that you can accompany with your taillights that we're not going to be installing. So we're just going to tuck that away, and we're going to plug in our factory side connector to our new taillight connector. Make sure that clips into place. If you're not doing any additional lighting, you want to make sure you tuck this back. Set this in place. Get everything lined up. Then we're going to start by reinstalling our two 8mm screws up front. So we've got our 8mm socket. Get these back in place. Bottom one in as well. Now we can get our 10mm bolt on the lower outside back in. So we've got our 10mm socket. Next we'll get our upright trim panel back in. Make sure you line that up with the locators. Snap that into place and we'll reinstall our 10mm screw down bottom. Next we'll reinstall our lower trim panel, so we'll line these front locators up as well as our side ones. Pop it back in, both sides. Then we can reattach our flare. So that's just going to pop back in. Then you just want to turn those tabs back in and lock them down. Now we can reinstall our inner panel. This one, as we had to persuade it out, we'll have to persuade it in as well. A little bit tricky at first. This grommet back here tends to hold things up a little. Once you get it situated around that, it'll sit right in place. And we'll get our two 10mm screws back in. Followed by our 4 push clips around this side. Don't forget this top hidden one. Now once you've got this side in, you can repeat the same process for the other side. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Raxiom Sequential LED Tail Lights with red housings and clear lenses for your 21 to current Bronco with factory halogen tail lights. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Bronco, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.